Hello and welcome to another fight prediction video. This is Conor Mcgregor versus Floyd Mayweather. So this week or last week, it doesn't matter, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather finally scheduled a fight between each other to fight on August 26th. I think the arena confirmed is the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. I think if that's correct, but I need to double check it. The fight is scheduled for 12 rounds in the 154-pound weight class, which is light-middleweight, 10 ounce gloves as well. And of course, anyone who's been following boxing or following UFC knows exactly who these two people are. Conor McGregor, 2-weight UFC world champion. Floyd Mayweather, 5-weight world champion in boxing. So it's probably, from my memory, it's the first time I can remember a UFC fight coming over to fight a boxer. I know a few boxers have gone over to UFC, like James Toney, and he didn't do very well, but that was a long time ago. But so now it's the other way around, and there's a lot of hype around this fight because McGregor's got he's a trash talker as well. He backs it up most of the time. He's got good hands. He's quick. He's powerful. The dominant force in UFC in terms of money and the way he presents himself. He represents the UFC, I guess, in a specific way, just like Floyd Mayweather represented boxing a certain way. Like he was the money person to go to. You have the biggest purse of your career, exposure, all that type of thing. So it's sort of like when two best of the best come clash from two different sports basically. The fight itself, of course, Mayweather will win. Because let's face it, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters of my generation and the last 20 years or so. Can be seen as one of the greats. That's just up for debate, and people think that he's in the top bracket of the best fighters of all time. He's been the likes of Manny Pacquiao, Mia Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya, Diego Corrales. It's a long list of great fighters, and to be honest, you can pick probably about 5 people, maybe less, maybe more, who've actually troubled Mayweather in his career and gave him a tough fight. Marcus Maidana was one in his first fight. Miguel Cotto. I guess Manny Pacquiao and Ricky had the odd little bit of success. That was like a really rare success. Sam Buda hit him quite good in the early rounds of their fight back in 2006. So there's a couple of good examples, but they're sort of like clutch at straws, really. Like they're just the odd, really. It's not like Mayweather struggled in like one of his fights from like start to finish and he got a knockout or something right at the end, like a dramatic ending. Like I know the Luis Castillo fight back in 2002, lightweight, that was controversial and he beat him quite comfortably in the second fight. But like really, there's only a few fights that Mayweather struggled in. So for McGregor, I don't really see how he's got really a chance to like stake a real claim to beat Mayweather. Of course he believes in himself. Of course he's saying all these things. He's gonna take over boxing. He's gonna do this and that. I mean, talking wise, people could probably believe him. He talks really well. He makes it entertaining. I like listening to him on YouTube and that. He's funny to listen to. He makes you excited for the fights he's in. And of course, the press conferences between McGregor and Mayweather are going to be great because who knows what's going to happen. They're both trash talkers at the highest level, so that's going to be interesting in that regard. But when it comes to the fight, like McGregor has no prior experience. I mean, yeah, he can spar and stuff. I mean, anyone can go in and spar. I could be a wrestler and go in and do sparring sessions. It doesn't make me a boxer. I do think if you had a few sort of fights just to get yourself familiar with the surroundings of the weight, the gloves, just the surroundings, the squared circle compared to the octagon, I just think it's silly on his part to go for the best fighter, retired or not, doesn't matter, for the best fighter, and then just to go in there and try and beat him. But I guess credit where it's due, he's going to get great money, get more exposure than he's already got from UFC to fight the best boxer on the planet, or the previous boxer, best boxer on the planet. But I guess if McGregor to win it, he's probably just got to go out there and just throw everything he can, and hopefully something solid lands. That's if he can catch him. Remember, it's not like Mayweather's like a couch. Like he's just like he's become a couch overnight. He's literally just like he's still training. He's been training for quite a while. He's currently training at the minute, of course. He looks sharp as ever, so it's going to be a real test for McGregor to see if he can actually hit him clean first of all, and actually connect first of all, and then actually hit him clean, because it's two things: catching someone. There's another thing to actually hit him hard and to for that hit to stay hit and then to be a real hurtful punch. But in boxing terms of UFC terms, there's great exposure for both of those respective sports. I mean, who would have thought that like Conor McGregor, a UFC fighter, and Floyd Mayweather would ever schedule to fight each other? At first you probably thought it was some sort of joke. I thought it was just a bit of a hype talk, but then Mayweather said that McGregor's actually spoke his way into the fight. I can understand that because he has said a lot of things about Mayweather, good things, bad things, funny things. So I think Mayweather just got fed up with the fact that he keeps talking about the fight. So yeah, now we've got a fight August 26th in Las Vegas. It's going to be a great fight. In terms of like the fans, exposure, the hype. The fight itself, I'm not sure if it's going to be any good because you have to wait and find out. But write in the comments down below what you think. Is this good for boxing? Is it good for UFC? Is it bad for both? Write in the comments down below what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.